Good afternoon, honorable members. Like I said earlier, I was going to look at what is there and come and brief you. I now have information that I can relay to you with the fully confirmed information. Earlier I had said that the bodyguard had died. No, he has not. The two people who died is Gen Katumba's daughter, who has just come back from the US, age 27, and she had just got her PhD. And this was her first trip back to Uganda. And they killed the driver as well. The bodyguard is alive. He has no injuries at all. But we need to thank him because he's the one who engaged, actually, the attackers. So the attackers came from the back and from the front. And they were firing. So he got out and engaged the ones at the back. They ran away and engaged the ones in the front. But the one in the front was very determined to come back and finish whatever he had started. So when he got and engaged with him, now he also ran away. Because the car was already down, he had to hold the general and take him to some place. They entered some. Everybody locked their doors, so they had nowhere to hide until they found some ramshackle place. Then they took cover there. Then they came to check whether those attackers were still there. And of course, other people now came to help. General is okay. I spoke with him. He's in good spirit. The only thing that is now hurting him most is the death of the daughter and of course of the driver. That is what is affecting him more. He took 2 bullets on both shoulders. And on the right, the bullet is locked in, but the bone is okay. On the left, the bullet is locked in, and there is a fracture. So they are going to do operation at 3 o'clock to remove the bullets. I'm going to ask you to pray for him, for the surgery to go well, and for his quick recovery. I'm also going to ask you to pray at your own time, to give him the strength to deal with this situation. In that same home, he had also just lost his mother-in-law. So it's a series of events that has affected our colleague, and we need really to hold him in prayer, hold the family in prayer. I thought I should brief you this. We went with the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, and we had access, and we spoke with him. She prayed for the general and for what has happened. So pray for him. Thank you.
This is very unfortunate. It only sends a signal that we have enemies around and we should be on the watch out. It's very, very unfortunate and regrettable for the loss of a daughter and a soldier. Well, there have been efforts, and really very serious efforts. That's why even the killing of women was reduced to 0. But I think the enemies are still around, and to me it is an eye opener. We need to be on the watch out. Well, you know, the enemy always, weak enemies strike using weak targets. And I think they must have studied his movement over a period of time. But now it sends a message that we must be all ready, even you people, because anybody can target you and harm you. You know, terrorists they don't really, they want to show that they are present. They hit soft targets, and it's regrettable. Let's wait to hear the security brief. But otherwise, it's very, very regrettable, and it's very sad.
Nobody is safe until we are safe. Gen Katumba Wamala is a peaceful gentleman. I think we have only had one incident when he lost his cool and did the unimaginable in Parliament, which he regretted, apologized, and made peace with everybody, with the Honorable Zake and the rest of us. Now, with respect to these shootings, which have come back, I think these criminals have a sense of confidence that nothing can happen to them. Because they killed Ikawes, they were not arrested. They killed Chigundu, they were not arrested. They killed Abiriga, they were not arrested. They killed Kaira, they were not arrested. They killed in November over 100 people, just last November, under the guise of election management and protection. They were not arrested. So they are going to continue killing. None of us is safe until and unless you have the hand of God protecting you. We want to express our sympathy to our colleague, Gen Katumba Wamala. And my suspicion is that these are not ordinary petty criminals. These are trained assassins. I hope they are not in government. But my feeling is that these, going by the trend, these are people in government. They have the confidence of killing and shooting anyhow. They were not shooting a Segona, who they know is not armed. They were shooting a general who they know is trained and has practiced this game of self-protection and protectionism of other people for over 30 or 40 years. Here, they know he was guarded by trained and armed people, but they were not bothered. So they had the confidence and experience of killing. In Uganda, killing has become normal. Be it with guns, be it with poison, and I'm told even witchcraft. So if you have witches and killers running a government, nobody is safe. These are people that have no sense of shame in saying we have killed, we shall kill. But it's very, very unfortunate. Gen Katumba Wamala is our colleague in Parliament. He's in Uganda, he's a Ugandan. It is very unfortunate. We pray that he gets well very soon. And we pray that this time round, at least this time round, let there be a thorough investigation. Forget about this thing of where they killed Kawesi and they paraded a few innocent guys around.
Yeah, it's a very sad moment. The incidents of this morning, the shooting of General Katumba's car and injuring him and killing his driver and the daughter are disturbing, because we thought the security had curbed this category of these barbaric people who killed people in this assassination attempt. It's painful because General Katumba, we know, is a likable person. He's a good person. Why would one go and want to kill him? That's what disturbs, that's why it's mind-boggling. How could someone target a person of General Katumba? You have not heard him being a controversial person. You don't know whether they wanted to inflict pain on his family or on the country or in the relatives. It is worrying. But I think the security needs to step up again. They need to step up. If we have relaxed, I think there's need for us to step up the security situation, the security surveillance in this country. And of course, the other one which goes to us, the citizens and the public, is we must also try as much as possible, because people have talked about the cameras. The cameras cannot reach everywhere. If we can also, as public, ensure that we have cameras in our residences, in our areas where we live, those who can be able to afford, such instances possibly would be reduced, because you would be able to know where to start from. But in such a situation where such a place may not have a camera, I don't know, although I know the place, but I don't know whether cameras, private or public, are there. But for sure, for the public, they are not there. So we need also to step up as in residences where we live. And the LC system, I think, must also be strengthened, must wake up. It looks like our LC system is sleeping, because these people enter into the public. Because like now, that incident that morning, I don't think those people have run very far. Have run very far from that place. They must have gone to within the vicinity and hide before they take off. So the public must also be vigilant. The LC system must step up his operation. But it's a sad moment. We don't want such things to be happening to us at this moment, and not even at any moment.
The attack on the Honorable Gen Katumba Wamala is really rather unfortunate, and it is now therefore a symptom of a larger problem within the security apparatus of our country. It takes us back to square one. You remember the president himself had earlier hinted and he alluded to Kaukumi, or rather the police and the security being infiltrated by criminals, and he promised to flush them out. We have seen virtually limited efforts and attention to that pledge that he made to clean the police. And now what we see is a return to what happened those days, which culminated into him making another pledge to protect us with the armored cars, sharpshooters. You remember the guidelines he gave and the directives that he gave. But even then, after all that promises, this has not been fulfilled. Just like the police and the entire security personnel has not been cleaned up to now.
I think we have some lawless persons within our community, and I think we have some people who have access to these guns that can use them at any time. So I think we need to look at the issue of, managing guns in the country, and also fasten the process of investigation, exercising due diligence so that we get these reports out, we investigate these cases, we bring the culprits to book so that we can restore confidence in the public. As the Kampala District Woman Member of Parliament, I think this is a matter that touches on national security. It is so disheartening that this is not the first time it's happening. It's happened before, where we have lost comrades and colleagues, including people in the Defense Forces and the Uganda Police Force. So I think what we are supposed to do is to just tighten our security system and to also be observant of what's taking place around us. Yeah, our call to government is to ensure that when such incidents occur, and even other incidents, the investigation of these cases must be fastened and be transparent and open, and reports issued to the public. So I think this is a matter of practicing due diligence on behalf of the people who are supposed to protect us and protect the Ugandans.
It's very unfortunate that we have had such an incident, an attack of one of us, and I think that's a lack of respect to life and part of the terrorism that is within the globe, of course, with no exception to our country, Uganda. The best way we can get out of it is the vigilance, especially to do with the cameras. If those that have committed such crimes are got through the camera system, then it will deter other people from engaging in the same crime. But when those who have committed the crime go unpunished, it has given courage to other people to do it. Yeah, it is very unfortunate. We wish Honorable Katumba a quick recovery. May God touch him. We need him. He's a resource to this country. And we pray for his family, for the loss of his daughter, and of course the family of the driver. May their souls rest in eternal peace.